7 p.m. in the economic capital, Douala. Dear viewers, welcome to this edition of the news. We commence with the headlines. The trial of the Cameroon soldiers involved in the Ngabu massacre, which was supposed to commence yesterday, have been postponed to January 21st, 2021. MTN Mobile Money users in Cameroon have been assured that their savings with the mobile banking service is safe after 3 days of the unavailability of the withdrawal option. And Ethiopia's defense ministry has announced a reward of 10 million birr, that's $256,000 for tips leading to the arrest of Tigray People Liberation Front figures that the government says are wanted. Stay tuned as we will be bringing back these stories in a moment. It's official, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya, has just signed this December 18, 2020 several decrees appointing the General Secretariat in the service of the Governor, the General Inspectors, Divisional Officers, Sub-Divisional Officers in the regions of the Central, Littoral, Extreme North, Adamawa and West. More of this in our subsequent edition. The trial of the Cameroonian soldiers involved in the Ngabu massacre, which was supposed to commence yesterday, December 17th, have been postponed to January 21st, 2021. Sandrine Dumbe tells us more.
The trial related to the Ngabu massacre began on December 17, 2020, before the Yaoundé Military Tribunal. The case was postponed to January 21, 2021 for the communication of the list of witnesses of the different parties at the appearance of the accused, but already concerns live in the families of the victims. A soldier identified as one of the perpetrators of this massacre, as well as 17 members of a vigilance committee involved in this affair, are nowhere to be found. In addition to this aspect, defense lawyers require a subpoena from the Ministry of Defense in these proceedings. For the record, several civilians, including children and women, 13 according to the government and more than 20 according to NGOs, were killed on February 14, 2020 during clashes between elements of the army and those of a group. Separatist fighters in the locality of Ngabu in the northwest. The administrative investigation ordered by the head of state had identified the responsibility of 3 men in uniform. They are Sergeant Babagida, Constable Sanding, Cyril and Private First Class Haranga Gilbert. They are accused of coarting murders, arson, destroying houses, violence against a pregnant woman, and breaking orders.
Emmanuel Nganu-Jumesi, the Minister of Public Works, has killed 2 birds with 1 stone this Friday, December 18th, during his stay in Bachenga and 2 municipalities in the central region. This commitment by the head of state, President Paul Biya, in this message to the nation on December 31st, 2018, has not gone unheeded. As proof, the Minister of Public Works, Emmanuel Nganu-Jumesi, accompanied by the Secretary of State to the Minister of Public Works in charge of roads, Armand Jodom, proceeded this Friday, December 18th, 2020, to the inauguration ceremony of the bridge of a length of 400 meters on the Sanaga River in Nachigal and the Bashenga road axis, 21.312 kilometers long. And of course, it also stated that these high-quality infrastructures put an end to the ordeal of the local populations, and they will also allow to considerably shorten the time and the journey between Yaoundé, the political capital, and Ngaoundéré, the capital of the Adamawa region. In the information note relating to this event, the communication unit of the Ministry of Public Works explains that the infrastructures are part of the vast ongoing development program of the Bachengan-Tui Yokolena Tibati corridor, 380.1 kilometers long, jointly financed by the State of Cameroon, the French Development Agency, the African Development Bank, and the Japanese International Cooperation Agency. Fight against corruption, CONAC presents its report. Is corruption increasing or decreasing in Cameroon? The answer to this question was given after the presentation of the report of the National Anti-Corruption Commission, CONAC. At least that's what emerges from a press release from the Reverend Dr. Dieudonné Massingams, president of CONAC. Sandrine Dumbe once more.
The presentation ceremony of the CONAC report, which has become a tradition, is held at the end of the year. This in application of the previous of Article 24, paragraphs 3 and 4 of the organic text of the CONAC. They stipulate that the Commission prepares for the attention of the President of the Republic an annual report on the state of the fight against corruption, and that this annual report is made public. CONAC would thus present its report a few months after presenting the results of the decade 2010-2020 of its action. It emerged from this assessment that between 2011 and 2017, CONAC investigations enabled the states to earn or avoid spending about 1,650,582 million. A decade after its creation, CONAC is still facing difficulties. Mention is made of the absence of implementing text for Article 66 of the Constitution relating to the declaration of assets for the country's senior executive, as well as the law establishing the Code of Transparency and Good Governance in the Management of Public Finances. In Cameroon in 2018, the low financial and human resources allocation of CONAC, it does not promote the employment of the structure throughout the country and abroad to search for assets and proceeds of corruption housed in banks and tax havens. Also, the non-effective implementation of the National Anti-Corruption Strategy in Cameroon by most ministry, parastatal private presidential services, public-private universities, large schools, urban communities, and municipalities is also part of the difficulties that CONAC encounters in its deployment.
MTN Mobile Money users in Cameroon have been assured that their savings with the mobile banking service is safe. This was after users were frustrated for 3 days of unavailability of the withdrawal option. Details in this report. With more than 1.5 million active users of mobile money services in Cameroon, the mobile telephone network company, MTN, is losing more of its mobile money users due to its poor services. Since the last 3 days, money withdrawal from mobile money has been impossible. Without looking back to the numerous nights that the service has been unavailable, many users fear the safety of their monies with these services. While some say MTN brought a useful service to clients when they are not ready to maintain its stability, the company holds its stance that they are working to better the services. So many users are complaining of losing money through these services, with hackers being able to hack the system and automatically determine the amount of money in your account and thus initiating a withdrawal transaction. The service was officially launched in Cameroon in 2011, even though the Cameroon subsidiaries of telecommunication leaders pioneered the concept and officially launched it in 2012. Since its arrival in Cameroon, other banking services have lost clients as users saw it as a savior and best banking means due to its accessibility and availability at any time. Is the reverse becoming true? This is the question many are asking, as mobile money services are frequently unavailable and the charges are exceedingly becoming same with other banking services. Mobile banking services, however, remains the best to some people despite its random, chaotic misbehaviors. Till date, the only message the market leader in the country, with over 50% of mobile subscribers, is sending out to its frustrated users is, "Dear customer, kindly use my app and Ayoba app to access MTN Momo services. We are working to restore the service via *126#. Our sincere apologies." Zero malaria, I make a commitment. This is the slogan initiated by the Gabonese government through its Ministry of Health as a part of the launch of the campaign to fight against malaria. The said campaign was launched yesterday, Thursday, December 18, 2020, at the Glass Health Center in the presence of the Director General of the National Program to Fight Against Malaria. Noted to be one of the diseases that affect pregnant women, malaria is a very dangerous disease which needs to be prevented, reasons why the campaign has been launched. Dr. Safio Abdul Razak, the director of PNLP State. According to the Minister of Health, Dr. Guy Patrick Obiangdong, the country is expected to be at zero malaria rate by 2030 and is calling on all citizens to be responsible and respect all measures that will be enforced to stop the contraction of malaria. Ethiopia's Defense Ministry has announced a reward of 10 billion birr, that's $256,000, for tips leading to the arrest of the Tigray People Liberation Front, that's the TPLF. Figures that the government says are wanted. The announcement was made on Friday by Lieutenant General Asrat Denoro, who said the reward was meant to help arrest the wanted individuals quickly. Last month, arrest warrants were issued for more than 60 senior leaders of the TPLF. More arrest warrants were later issued for dozens of other current and former army officials. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed last month had announced that the end of the military offensive attack at Tigray's capital Mekelle fell to the federal army. Nothing has been heard from the TPLF leaders in recent days, but they had earlier vowed to continue fighting until federal troops, whom they call invaders, leave Tigray. The whereabouts of many of the TPLF leaders, including its chairman, Debretsion Gebremichael, are unknown. The government had earlier said that it had apprehended just 2 TPLF. One of them, former Speaker of the Upper House of Parliament, Keria Ibrahim, was said, of course, to have surrendered to authorities more than 2 weeks ago, but she has not been since then. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks once more for choosing Reflect Africa Television for essential African information. More programs will be broadcasted to you. Meanwhile, I'll be back on Monday, and until then, Le Journal de 20h comes up next. Have a blessed weekend.